In this video, I want to give you guys a quick commentary on the 2022 budget speech. Good day, my name is Heinrich. I'm the owner of SA Accounting Network. I was contemplating whether I wanted to record a video this year on the budget speech, but there's a little bit of good news for small businesses out there, so I decided to give it a go. So let me head down to my computer and I can show you what I've seen. Let's have a quick chat through the budget and show you guys what I'm seeing over here. So if I look at the budget highlights, I think the thing that's really good news is that they're talking about the reduction in the income tax rates. It's coming down to 27%, where at the moment that is 28%, and that's coming down to 31st of March 2023. So all the companies who's got February year ends for the next financial year are still going to be paying 28%, and then after that it's going to drop down to 27%. Which is really good. So let me quickly run through the guide and just show you guys what I'm seeing over here, what changed. So if I had to look at the basic stuff, if we just start from the beginning, the tax tables that we've got in the previous year, we paid 18% tax up to 216,000 Rand. They moved that up with about 10,000 Rand, and all the other tax brackets also moved up a little bit, which is fine. So which means that you get bigger tax relief. So based on this, you can see that the primary rebate, they moved it up to 16,400 Rand. When the past it was 15,700 Rand. So there's a bit of an increase over there, which means in the previous year that if you earned less than 87,000 Rand for the year, then you didn't have to pay tax. Now it's up to 91,000. So that's almost like 7,500, 8,000 Rand a month that you can earn without paying any tax. Let's quickly have a look and see what else changed. I think over here in terms of lump sum benefits, and there's a bit of a change over there. So these are all the same. And I think what's interesting over here is if you look at this one over here, they kept these tables the same as well. So if there's retirement lump sum benefits or severance benefits, there's nothing that changed on these tables over here. You were hoping that they would actually change these brackets a little bit as well. The next thing, let's quickly have a look at the next page over there. And the next thing over there, they were talking about foreign dividends, interest exemption. So this is also quite interesting that they're not changing. They haven't changed this interest exemption for donkey's years. It's been the same since a long time. So I think they're actually trying to encourage people that to start investing in different types of places, you see. And let's quickly have a look. Retirement fund contributions, these still stayed the same. You can see they're limited to 27.5% of the greater amount of remuneration for pay-as-you-earn purposes or taxable income, and then they said they're limited to 350,000. That all stayed the same. If we had to look at medical aid, you'll see in the previous year that these contributions, I just want to have a quick look over here what the previous year's one was 332 Rand for the first two. Now they moved it up to 347 Rand for the first two. So it's quite interesting. There were talks that they were going to keep that thing the same as they're aiming to get the government one out, and then for every additional amount or person, they actually only increased that with 10 Rand. So that is really not a lot of change over there. So I think the rest of the stuff is fine. Donations tax, there hasn't been any change in terms of the donations tax over there. Yeah, so they're limited to 10% subsistence allowances. I think these stayed all the same. Nothing changed over there. And let's quickly have a look at the second page to see if anything changed over here. I think in terms of employer-provided vehicles, those rates are still the same, 3.5%. For the cost, if there's a maintenance plan, it's 3.25%. I will actually put this guide, a link to this guide on the website as well. I'm just trying to look for any changes and just see what changed. So you can see over here for income tax for companies, that is where there's a little bit of a change over here. So you can see years of assessment dating between 1 April 22 and 30 March 2023 was 28%. And then after that, the company tax rate is going to come down to 27%, which is really cool. Small business corporations, I just want to just quickly check and see what it was the previous year. On this one of your small business corporations, so this bracket over here, they moved that up with about 4,000 Rand, and the rest of the bracket stayed the same. They didn't move anything over here, so there's just a little bit of a benefit that you're going to save a little bit of tax over there. Small business corporations, there's a new one for the new financial year. So I think the only thing that changed there is that the top bracket changed over to 27%. Turnover tax, those brackets are still the same. Nothing has changed there. Residence of taxation, basis of taxation, everything is still the same. Quickly see capital gains. There was something that caught my eye that they're going to change with capital gains. And obviously because of the tax rates, remember at the moment it's 28%, so with the lower tax rate is going to move down to 21.6%. The trust is still the same. Dividends tax, I think the dividends tax rate is still 20%. Other withholding taxes, here they talk about funny stuff like all the royalties and interest and those type of things. Transfer duty, let's have a quick look over here. So these tax tables over here did not move, they are all exactly the same. Estate duty is still the same, as quick as see, 20% on the value up to 30 million rand and 25% of the value above 30 million rand. So that is also still the same, as quick as see if there's anything else. So over here, donations tax. So donations tax is still the same, nothing changed over there. Yeah, that's fine. Then talk about Securities Transfer Tax, that's still all the same. International air travel, 190 rand, that's the same. Skills development levy, they still keep the limit at 500,000 rand. UIF contributions are still 1%. And then you can see over here they talk about the interest rate. So I think the only thing that really stood out is that they're going to bring the company tax rate down to 27%. And then the other thing they're talking about is employment tax incentive, which they're going to, there's going to be a benefit for employers of 50% more. And I think that's basically the highlights of what's happening on the budget speech. Cool, man. Yeah. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep your eyes open for new videos. Thanks. Bye.